Hey, everybody, great Monday afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Conversations with Chosen Pen. Yes, it is I, Dr. Anissa Short, and we're alone today. Dr. Norma is not going to be with us, but I'm sure she'll be watching wherever she is. And like every other week, we've got some fantastic guests. We've got something great to talk about. This month, as you know, is our month where we're saluting women. Now, I know you might be thinking, Anissa, the month of May is usually where we go. We're saluting moms, and May is really the month that we usually designate time to salute moms. But we at Chosen Pen decided to get a jump start ahead of the game. We're ahead of the eight ball instead of being behind the eight ball. And one of the major reasons why is because on the 27th of this month, we will be hosting our Salute to Mom Summit. It's going to be an experience. Let me just call it that. It's going to be an experience. It's an excellent opportunity for moms to come out and also for those who love the moms, right? So, mother daughters, mother granddaughters, it could be girlfriend time. It's all about saluting moms, the hats that they wear. And we're talking about 21st century motherhood. So, if you've not already seen the advertisements where it encourages you to get your tickets, guess what? I'm here to share right now the link. Go ahead and get your tickets. Get your ticket. Contact your best BFF. Tell her to get her ticket. We want to see you in the place. Now, that day is going to include fun, of course, fabulous door prizes. We'll be giving out a few of those. There's going to be a book launch, the book that I've authored and curated called Becoming the Shiro, the Motherhood Mantle. Again, it's all about celebrating the motherhood experience. There's going to be lunch. There's going to be a fashion show featuring moms. Yes, we are. And not only that, we're going to have some intimate conversation about what 21st century motherhood looks like. You have got to be in the place. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And the two ladies that we have today with us are going to be a part or are planned to be a part of the experience. Now, I can't wait for you to meet them. They have a lot in common other than being a mom. Okay. There's more to it than just that. But both of these women are what I call my multimedia mavens, honey. They are making things happen in the ATL area. One of them is Ubering as a mom right now. Another one just flew in from her job. You know, she switched hats real quick. They're doing what moms do. And so I'm excited to introduce you to them. One is Miss Joyce Licorice, who hails from Duluth, Georgia. And then we have Miss Lena Jenkins Smith. Now, Lena, I don't know if you're in Alpharetta. You're gonna have to clear that up.
So I was in Alpharetta. I'm in Peachtree Corners right now. I'm in my office.
Okay, all right, excellent. So, welcome, ladies. Thank you so very much for choosing to be a part of this. I know you've got a lot on your plate and a lot that you could do. So, thank you for carving out time in your schedule to be with us, and thank you for saying yes to the invitation to be a part of our Salute to Moms, to be a part of the TEDx conversation, more specific. Joyce Licorice is going to be one of our phenomenal moderators. Well, model too. Yeah, she's going to be a model slash moderator. And then Lena is taking the platform as one of our panelists. So let's start first with you, Joyce, because I know you're kind of in transit. So tell us a little bit, who is Joyce Licorice? Tell everyone who you are.
Listen, honey, when I say who I am, I always want to start with what I do. But this is the thing about motherhood. So I'm going to focus on that for starters. I am Joyce Licorice, mother of three, two adults, and one little guy who's 11 years old. I'm also a grandma. Get it right, put the L in that thing. One little boy named Mason. I am a creative visionary in short. That's the short version of what I do. I do everything from singing, acting, modeling, writing, publishing books, and filmmaking. And I'm just really, really grateful to be here today. Thank you for having me on the show.
Thanks so much, Joyce. Lena, same question for you. Who is Lena Jenkins Smith?
Oh my gosh, I am just a super enthusiastic person all the time. I'm bubbly, high spirit, just always trying to bring light, love, and energy to the room. That is me. I love watching movies. I love spending time with my family, my kids, and my granddaughter. And I love life. That's me.
Good, good. Well, that's one of the things you both have in common. Your personalities are very magnetic. That's a beautiful thing. And considering what both of you all do, I think that will be an added plus. So I called you all jokingly my multimedia mavens because you all are both in very similar industries. You know, you are the creators, you're the creatives. Joyce, tell us a little bit about what you do from a professional standpoint.
Okay, so from a professional standpoint, I'm the CEO of Dream Empire Films and Casting and Dream Empire Publishing, based in Duluth, Georgia. My background is in IT, graphic design, and web development, and technical writing, and I took those skills and turned them into publishing books for other people. I'm also a six-time Amazon best-selling author myself, and a lot of people I saw had these amazing stories. So for me, it's all about move, touch, inspire, create. And I love to create not just in one discipline, but in multiple swim lanes, everything from books to film and television. And so I'm really, really excited to be able to kind of share the mantle. And the goal is to reach back and pull forward and elevate and give a voice to some creatives of color who don't know how to package their films, don't know how to put their book out, and just create those opportunities and pave the way for some new talent to shine.
Well, that's how we got connected to Joyce. With Chosen Pen Publishing, we had decided to take our portfolio to another level. We were adding additional services. And so, one of the things that I've heard it said is that if you want to do something alone, you can only go so far. You do more when you choose to collaborate and partner with other people. And it's so happened, I don't think anything was a coincidence. We ended up getting connected with Joyce in our decision to be able to offer voiceover services for our publishing clients. And then, of course, when we met her, we found out we hit the jackpot because she had so much other stuff in her arsenal till it was just phenomenal. So this has been a beautiful collaboration. And honestly, it's in our connecting with Joyce that we ended up going to Atlanta last month. And in the process of going there to work on some projects together, that we ended up through another contact being connected with Lena. So it was like, well, where is she? Oh my God, they're like 20 minutes away from each other. So Lena, tell us a little bit about what you do from a professional standpoint as well.
Yeah, so I love the fact that she's from Duluth because I have a place in Duluth. So I'm like, that's right around the corner from me. So I love that. But yeah, so I am an executive producer. I'm also the president of Goldstrand Media and Iowa One Entertainment. So we have a media and production company, and we also have a casting side to that as well. So we just had yesterday an amazing sold out actors workshop. It was amazing. But yeah, so that's what I do. We film. We're doing TV, television, and film. We're doing scripted, unscripted. So it's really a variety. We shoot commercials. We do trailers. We're now doing this thing that's very popular for your authors out there. We're doing book trailers. So people are they'll have their book. They want us to convert it into a short form script and then do a trailer to help promote the book. We're also converting books into features. So that's another thing that we're doing, re-scripting them and translating them for feature films. So yeah, it's kind of an exciting time right now. And I'm so very glad to know you guys, you and Dr. Norma, and I feel like Chosen Pen is doing the right thing when it comes to supporting and promoting these authors. So that's very exciting for me.
Well, thank you. Listen, I've just made the decision that obviously between me connecting with Joyce and us connecting with you, that I am destined to be in somebody's movie or something. It's
gonna happen.
Commercial. It has to be. It has to be in my car somewhere, right? It has to be destined. And so God didn't just want to. He didn't want to just. No, right. Exactly. So here's one thing I want to share with those who might be watching that are in the Atlanta metropolitan area is that this weekend, Joyce Licorice has a book club community that chose Dr. Norma's book, The Forgiveness Game, is a part of their book club discussion for this month. And so we had this trip planned, but in the course of time, in connecting with Lena says, well, if you need more space, then you're welcome to use our space. And then we can make it an opportunity for other authors to come if they so desire, so they can set up as a vendor. And then we can have the brunch, the books and brunch experience. Meet Dr. Norma. She talk about her books. Other authors can get an understanding of what you two both bring to the table and how you can assist. Lena has the studio, so I can do some mock-ups for my portfolio in the studio.
All day long.
So we're just gonna make it a family affair. And so, really this is what it's all about. And I believe this is the season for collaborations even the more. I said it earlier, we can do a lot on our own, but when we pull our power together, we are a force to be reckoned with. So I'm excited about this course. And let's talk a little bit more about even taking it a step further. We're going to be in the Atlanta area this weekend, but the weekend of the 27th, where if you hadn't gotten your tickets, you know what you can do? You can go get them right now. We're having our salute to moms. Now, Joyce, you've been a part of our Forbes. When we did the Forbes Business Council during the anniversary of Chosen Pen 10 years ago. We're going to use the same type of panel format, but this time you're going to serve as a moderator. Let's talk about that role a little bit and also shed a little insight or personal perspective of what a 21st century mom looks like to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, first of all, it's an honor to be a moderator. So last event that I went to, knocked my socks off. It was my first time meeting you and Dr. Norma in person, and I felt like I was with family, honey. It was a beautiful experience, so warm, so many beautiful people of color just gathering and locking arms and working together and exchanging information to do big things. I love that kind of environment, so the synergy was top notch. What I enjoyed about the panel was that you had a central moderator on each panel that was unique and that could understand and speak to the experiences and collectively kind of gather the information for each person that was participating. So that added, in my opinion, quite a bit to the experience. And then speaking as being a 21st century mom, let's just keep it 100. There's no off button. You don't get to really set aside a lot. And so there's always this balancing act of taking care of family, taking care of home, taking care of business. And it's you get all the balls in the air, and the goal is just don't take your eyes off the ball. Never drop the ball. And so today it's hilarious that I'm sitting in the car when I planned. I did my hair, I did my makeup, I had my pretty polka dot dress on, I had my backdrop and my lights ready, and I got an emergency call. So now I'm Uber driving my daughter all around town because she had car problems and other problems, okay? But there are no regrets. There are no regrets because the biggest reward to me is having that mom, great mom. You're a great mom. You do a great job. You're supporting me. I know I can count on you. Having that feeling is worth more than anything in the world, even when it inconveniences you, like right now.
Well, you know what, Joyce, your circumstance is just a testament to what moms have to deal with every day. Single moms especially. You are it. Now, one of the things I said in one of the salutes that I did as a video promo is that mothers are really good about creating their own community and creating their own tribe. So we have some resources and some people we can pull to. But at the end of the day, you are it, and so today you're serving as Uber driver. It's just one of those roles that that we have to do. Women have to do. It is what it is, So what I want to say to you though, Joyce, is that you could have backed out. You could have said, due to the circumstances, I'm just gonna, decline the interview because I just got too much going on. And I was like, girl, no. As long as you have Wi-Fi, we're gonna make it happen because really this situation is perfect.
Your word is important, right?
Yeah, your word, exactly. But a lot of women will bow out. They'll bow out gracefully for the sake of. But the thing about it is that my thinking is if we prefer you to be in your office setting when you have your best light and all of that. But if you have a strong Wi-Fi, we can get it done. There have been many times that I've done conference calls as I drove from point A to point B because, you just have to get it done. So thank you for keeping your word and being here and adding your value to this conversation. Lena, same question for you. Now, we know your mom, your grandmom, all that good stuff. Tell us a little bit about what that 21st century mom looks like. How would you define it? How would you describe it?
I would definitely say, I share the sentiments exactly. It's on the go. It's sporadic. It is resourceful. It is creative. I think, being a mom is definitely one of those things that, you love what you do. You love being a mom. You love but you're always consistently in service to others. So it's like you have to remember that. And I think in that, in being a mom, that's why self-care is so important because you got to replenish yourself so you can continue to feed into others. And I think as a mom, we're very, especially in this day and age, it's like you know, we're on our A games, but we're also like we're still consistently learners of the game. And I think now with so much modern technology and things that are happening, like we're very fast forward, you know. So
Right.
sometimes it's important to remember to take those moments and to share. I do a lot of, like, you know, my kids and my granddaughter, they're in the office with me. I'm like, if I'm here most of the time, then I need you guys to be here too, and I'll, you know, make it comfortable for you to be here, and you can help while you're here. But
Right.
I think it just looks a lot like change, number one. And I think the way, you know, motherhood is very different than it was, you know, in the 20th century or the 19th century. Like
Almost
21st
definitely.
century moms are definitely, it's definitely a new rubric for us. I see that I can, you know, I take a lot in because I want to give a lot back. But the way things are set up for us, we're entrepreneurs, you know, some of us are single moms. That's difficult sometimes too. And, you know, it's just, you got to play both roles, and
Yeah.
that's the hard part.
Yeah.
But it's worth it in the end. And I feel, you know, I think by being ambitious and driven, you then show your children, you know, they have something to look up to, and they
Yeah.
can really feel good about, you know, going all out for Mother's Day. Because it's like, you know, you feel like a
He
super.
deserves it. Right.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
So that's
So
what it looks like for me.
So what I heard you both say in trying to summarize, you know, what you made reference to with regards to the 21st century mother, is that a 21st century mom has mastered the pivot.
Yes.
And even in mastering the pivot, she's still learning how to perfect the pivot, you know, because every day is different, right? A 21st century mom does have a community that she cares for, but also she creates her community because she realizes sometimes she can't do it by herself. She's got to have other people there with her. A 21st century mom leads by example. Her family is first and foremost, even if that means taking them to the office and including them in the creation of the success that they're wanting to create. One of the things that was shared with me as a child being reared in my parents' home was that teamwork makes the dream work. So anything that was happening in the home, it was a team effort. All of us had our hands in the game, right?
Yes.
Everybody may not have played the same role or gave the same level of participation, but everybody had a role to play. And so that's what I heard you both saying, is that and of course I know that from you as well, Joyce, is that even in working as an entrepreneur, your daughter is very much, I mean, when we were there for the podcast, she was the makeup person, she was the lights and the sound, and she was the camera person. So, you know, that's a beautiful thing, because a lot of times when you work a traditional job, your corporate moms, and that's not to take away, it's not a comparison, but one of the pivotal differences in the, you know, transformative differences is that if you were working in traditional corporate, you couldn't bring your kids in there to experience this with you.
Right.
So as you create your entrepreneurial success, their being involved then paints a picture for them that while they may choose a traditional job, they can also create something of their own that can be just as
Absolutely.
successful and even more rewarding. What advice would you give to a 21st century mom, a brand new mom, or a mom to be? Joyce, tell us, if you had to give, now I know you probably have a book of advice you could give, but if you could just give one
I
or
mean,
two
I'll
bits of
be
advice,
brief.
what would that look like?
I'll be brief. I think flexibility, being flexible and coachable, teachable, adaptable to the nuances of being both mother and entrepreneur is essential to success as a parent and in your business. If you're too rigid either way, you're going to snap. It's like a twig. You got to be able to like flow with the wind. If you get too rigid, you're going to snap. You're going to snap on your kids, or you're going to snap and not, you know, and drop off with your business. So it's like having that flexibility. And I love what she said as far as like creating a space for the kids to come in, and her daughter or grandkids or whatever to come in. I have literally, there's a rollaway bed in my studio, at my office, my recording studio. My son knows if mommy's recording, the rollaway bed goes out into the conference room, and you got movies and DVDs and Netflix. We're doing a late night, and it's just having that and being prepared. There's snacks there. There's everything you would have at home. We got his video game. We got whatever. So my 11-year-old knows it's the office day, baby. But then having balance, too. I think being flexible, and the balance piece comes in when you have to go, Sundays I don't work. Don't text me. Don't call me. Sunday is the day I have to set aside for my children. So having balance, setting boundaries, being flexible. I just said I was going to be brief, and that was not brief. But
that was brief. No, that was good. It was worth it. It was worth every word was worth it. Tell me, Jelena, the same question for you. If you had to give advice, if advice were to be extended from you to a new mom or one that was contemplating motherhood in this 21st century season, what would you offer?
I would say remember to be in tune and remember to be present. It is very, very difficult. And me as a producer, like I'm always on my phone. I'm always watching something because I have to reference something or, as my job, like, literally watching film and TV is my job. So it's always remembering to be present and to kind of disconnect sometimes because I'm so in tune to I've got 2 iPads, I've got 2 monitors, I've got things, and it's like it's always the things they're always pulling. So I would say that's very important because I wasn't always like that. I was very, when I first started, I was a little disconnected and I was very eager and gung-ho to go and do all the things and the events and it made it where you could really find yourself in a position where babysitters are raising your children and you're not there. So that was a mistake that I made in the beginning, and now I'm learning more and more like how to connect more, how to be present. And if I do have to watch something, it's like it's a family thing. Come on, guys, we're gonna watch this thing, and now you guys, and I have them help me with the ratings and stuff, so it becomes a thing where you integrate them, as best as you can into your process. And I share the same situation with my children. All of my children are in production, and so it's like they're they're doing the jobs, and and sometimes they're on set. Sometimes they're in what I'm filming, so they're doubling. But it's just to show them, kind of that motivation. But I would encourage, like, if you can incorporate them, do that as much as possible. Now, sometimes you need to get away, you need some alone time, but I would say just kind of disconnect and be present as much as you possibly can.
How do you you made reference to self-care, the importance of pouring into yourself so that you have what you need to give to others. What does that look like for you, Lena?
For me, it's very difficult sometimes because, and I don't want to blame my mom, but I feel like it's just the way that I was raised. Like, I'm always doing for others, and I'm giving my last, and I'm giving my energy, I'm putting it out. So I've had to fight with because to me, I used to think that self-care was selfish. And I'm like, if I'm taking time and I'm getting a massage, like all I could think about is how many people might need me in this 1 hour, It's like, so it's been a struggle, I'm not going to lie, but I'm learning more and more to take those moments. I'm older, so I take naps. That's important for me. Naps.
Oh,
I'm like, if you guys want me to not be grumpy.
Listen, we didn't know how good we had it when we were 3 and 4 and had to take naps. And we fought them. We fought the nap. Now we're kind of like, if I could just find me a corner, I'm gonna get me that part. Get it in.
But I do find that scheduling, because I'm very, very good about my calendar, so I'll block those times off, and it's just like me time. Like, you have to take it, even if you do nothing but walk outside and just separate. You have to do that, and that's where I'm finding it's easier now when I build it into my schedule.
Yeah,
that's how I can balance.
All right. Well, same question for you, Joyce. Let's talk about self-care. What do you do? What does it look like? I know it may differ on any given day, but give us a practical example.
I have become best friends with my bathtub.
Come on, Joyce.
When a year it was just showering, running, shower, dress, run, shower. I said, I have a garden tub. Okay? It doesn't require a babysitter. I got my son in the next room. He knows mommy's having tub time.
Yes.
Okay? I bought me one of those little shelves, baby. You put your tablet on there. You can watch you a
glass of wine.
It got a wine holder on my little shelf, honey. Don't play with me. I got all the different various flavors, or they say it's not flavor. My daughter's always like, Mommy, it's not a flavor. I call it flavors. The flavored, scented, bath oils and bath bombs. I got a whole collection. And sometimes I just have to take my phone and leave it in the other room and get my little iPad and put on Bridgerton or something that I like to watch.
There you go.
And put it on my little thing with my little glass of wine, honey, and light my little candles, honey, and fire up some jets in that garden tub. And just that
Listen,
power. Just
Sound like a
taking
good
joy.
time to me.
let me tell you something. You know, that's one of those other things we had when we were children. We took baths because you didn't do showers too much. At least we
Yes.
didn't, right? And so you knew when it was bath time, that meant you had to go to bed. Now, why is it now when we're in our age range,
Right.
we like, can I just take a bath and get into bed?
Right.
Can I?
That's it. That's it. Relax.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
you got to do what you have to do. And Lena, it is not selfish. It's just what you called it. It's
No.
taking care of yourself, because eventually, think about it, because of the hats that you guys wear. I'm not a mom, but I am the supporter of the 21st century mom. So I'm that girlfriend that will help you, talk you off the ledge. That'll
Right.
say, let's go get some ice cream, because obviously you need some Baskin Robbins right about now. You know what I mean? I'll help you eat the donuts. I will be the one that say, listen, this is what I found and I think you should try it tonight. You know, I'm that person to be there for you. But you know, my sister has children, and so when she talks, it's amazing to me how, you know, I could speak from this perspective of my sister, of us growing up. And of course, if you were to ask anyone who would have the kids, people will see me with the children and not my sister. But it's just the opposite, right? So people will go, I can't believe you have children. And she says, yes, and I'm getting it done. And we're like, yeah, you are, you know. But
You got your village.
remarkable to see her juggle the balls. But she got her community,
Yeah.
you know, to be there for her. And that's important. So all of what you guys shared is significant. I think the beautiful thing about it is when it, at the end of the day, every woman has the same struggles. We have
Mhm.
the same thought processes. We go through, you know, our life situations may not be identical, but the emotional toil and the struggle and the being able to juggle the balls, as Joyce said, is a part of the equation. And if we were to get together to talk more about that, we will see that we're much more alike than we are different, right? And
Yeah.
that's why I'm so excited about this platform that Dr. Norma is bringing to the forefront with celebrating the 21st century mom, because you all will have an opportunity to speak from your perspectives, from the various vantage points. But there's going to be a common denominator. We've got women that were military wives. We've got women in education. We've got women in the corporate arenas. We have women who are either dealing with children with special needs or superpowers, you know, that type of thing. And they're still, you know, professional women. And so it's a lot of goodness. It's a lot of variety. It's a lot of great spirited conversation that is expected from this event. And so all the more why everybody should get a ticket, right? We may even have questions from the audience, because Dr. Norman really wants to get the people that are in attendance, engaged in some small aspect of it. So we got door prizes, we got lunch, we got a fashion show, we have women on the panel. I think it's a total of 10 women from various, you know, politics, military, as I said before. We're expecting a nice, intimate gathering. And so we want to say thank you, Dr. Norma, of course, not being here, but thank you both for bringing your flavor to the table, right? Bringing your
Yes.
flavor to the table. Let's close it out with any last comments or any last. Now, I think I have, Lena, let's go with you. I think I have your website correct. If anyone wanted to contact you, learn more about who you are and what you do, is that information? Did I type it up right, friend?
That is correct. GoldstrandMedia.com. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, any closing remarks from you?
I want to thank you for having me. I'm so very grateful to be a part of this, and I believe that I truly am a 21st century mom. It's not, I don't think that's debatable, but I do. I just want to, just remind mothers that you are enough. You are important. Love on your children. Just I'm kind of going through something personal right now, but which puts me even in more of a mom space. Like I'm really being a mom right now. So it is just amazing to be not only recognized for it, but just to know that it's still a thing. It's being a mom is not old fashioned. It's like it's a thing. We love it, and yeah. And I shout out to anyone who's really out there being a great mom.
Thanks so much, Lena. Thanks so much. All right, Miss Joyce, any closing remarks for you? I do believe I have your website correct. Hopefully, let me know if I did that. If anyone wants to contact Joyce Licorice, this is her site. And then, Joyce, what are your remarks? What closing remarks would you like to offer?
Listen, all my mompreneurs out there, just give yourself some grace. Take a moment, give it back to God, tell him thank you, and take some time for you and don't feel like it's selfish to do so. That will be my parting words. Too many of us pour out and pour out and pour out, and you can't continue to pour out from an empty cup. So if I had to leave you with anything, honey, take the bubble bath, okay? And visit DreamEmpirePublishing.com or DreamEmpireFilms.com. We're on both sides of the spectrum. I love working with up-and-coming authors, to anybody trying to tell their story. As long as it moves, touches, and inspires, I want to hear about it.
I love it.
Thank you again for having me on the show.
Well, thank you both for what you do and for representing with the from a place of excellence in the spaces and what you are called to. For those of you who are wondering who these wonderful women are, then come to Fayetteville on April 27th. If you live here, meet us. Don't beat us there. Don't meet us there. Get your ticket today. Don't forget to share this link with a friend. And then just know that this event is all about saluting moms. We're going to talk about 21st century motherhood, what that looks like. There are going to be some door prizes. There's going to be food. There's going to be fun and a fashion show. Listen, you can't go wrong with that. So without further ado, I want to thank you guys once again for carving out time to hang out with us here in this space. Conversations with Chosen Pen. We will be back next week. Yes, we're going to do it again. We're saluting moms all month, and we have some fabulous guests planned for you. So be sure to share. Sharing is caring, because we're wanting to grow this community. Yes, we want more in 2024. Thank you again for hanging out with us, and we look forward to seeing you on next week. Same time, same place. Have a great Monday evening, everybody.
Bye.